Hello, I'm Darren. I'm from Movie Reviews 101, and today we're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War, like everybody else is going to be for the next week or two. Directed by Anthony and Joe Russo, and starring every Avenger but a couple, and Josh Brolin. I could go through the list of the cast, and it's so long. We're not going to spend too much time with that. We have to just include Josh Brolin because he is the newcomer. But we have the Captain America crew, Iron 4, Black Panther, and you have everyone from each of those movies. And the Guardians. Can't forget that. The story, though, here follows Thanos, who is coming to collect the Infinity Stones, which we've seen mentioned in previous movies. We've seen Thanos preparing for something in previous movies. And if he was to get all of the Infinity Stones, he will wipe out exactly half of the universe to bring balance back into what he believes the universe needs. Well, this was a bit of a game changer, let's put it that way. So we're going to go straight into Darren's ups. The three things I like the most. And the story has to get it up. Well, everything seems to be quite simple. One guy trying to get the stones, going through different worlds. I found it quite easy to follow, and the fact that we did include nearly every single member of the Avengers in their own little adventure against people and Thanos and everything that was going on. Everything seemed to be managed really well, and just everyone seemed to get enough screen time. A couple. Okay, nearly everyone gets enough screen time. And we get to see all of our favourites doing their trademarks against villains. And everything we needed was great. Josh Brolin has just taken the crown of the king of any comic book movie. The idea of this villain is he is devastating. He doesn't hold back. He does get his hands dirty. He is not someone who's sending waves of people. He will do the dirty himself, and that is what we love in a villain. And we even learn what drives him, which is really interesting to see, because most villains, I'm gonna do this, but no, we learn some backstory and the motivation to everything he's doing. The third thing I love was the balance of the humour and the serious side. Now we have all of the humour from most of the Guardians of the Galaxy, the Thor crew, a bit of the Hulk, and the serious side of the whole thing comes from Captain America and his side of people. And I think everything balanced nicely. So we would go and watch something hilarious, and then we would have a really serious scene about what's going to happen. And while I will say I preferred one than the other, I preferred the humour. Some of the pairings and the groupings that we got was really funny to watch. For me, I just can't believe I'm saying this, but Drax is by far the funniest character in the MCU. There are so many. Any line he said pretty much had someone laughing. So just be prepared to see him with people you wouldn't normally see him with. But alas, we have to have a couple of downs. So Darren's downs. We do get filled in where a couple of characters are. Won't say which two are, but we done the cheap there away. Fair enough, I accept that. They'll probably be part of a future instalment. But there was a couple of other characters who I think we've just been introduced to, who just vanished. There's just no explanation to where they are or what happened. One of which was in this movie. I'm not going to say who. I wanted to know where they went. And another one from Black Panther. I'm really disappointed to see that they lost this character somewhere along the line. But that's really frustrating. I know it probably is because you can't cram any more people into this movie. There's so many. My second one is, for me, there was a lot of, if whatever happens, he's not allowed the stones and we'll do this and this. And it doesn't work, and it just kept going backwards and forwards. It's like we have Doctor Strange and Vision, we both know have a stone, so that's no spoiler in that. And it's always like, we're going to do something to stop anything happening, and he'll never get the stones, and stuff happens, and they fold quite easily, it almost felt like, to what was going on. I don't know, I was a bit confused with just like the same thing happening. And the final thing is, well, I did think Doctor Strange was surprisingly entertaining. I really didn't like the Doctor Strange movie. I really enjoyed him in this movie. Just the whole thing with him and the people he was with. I just felt like his abilities would have made most of this impossible. I don't really understand Doctor Strange, but I thought he had the whole thing where he could go and do something with time and go back like a minute and do it again. But that's just me. I'm confused with his abilities. But overall, this has got to be what the MCU fans have been waiting for. It is the combination of everything. All these movies, the good, the bad. Okay, there aren't many bads. The good and the great movies, and the average that have just brought all of our characters, because all the character development has been done in those movies. You don't need to do anything with our heroes in this. Everything, character development wise, had to be the villain, and we focused on him and how the heroes are working to try and stop him. This has got to be up there in my top 5 without a shadow of a doubt. It is a game changer for the series. I am comfortably going to give it a 5 out of 5. Let me know just what you think of Avengers Infinity War in the comments below. And just where do you think things can go next? Thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'm going to go and do what I do best. Watch movies.